Hello and welcome to the very first session at the Ride Right Waxing and UK One Wheel Workshop. So, working off a brand new ski waxing bench which I've built, which is on my channel just behind me here. If you want to check how I built this thing out, then obviously do check that out. I'll put the description below. It is very cold out here, hence neck scarf, hat, so do apologise. The weather outside is horrendous, so unfortunately I'm not out on my one wheel, but I thought I'd bring something to you slightly differently. I'm working on a couple of things at the moment. Now, what got me thinking and what got me on this path quite a few years ago, and this is really how my YouTube channel / the word Ride Right Waxing and everything about ski waxing came about, really. So a little bit of history on myself. Obviously, yes, I work for Jaguar Land Rover. I'm going to carry on bringing that Jaguar content because by the sound of things, you guys love it from the watching hours. Well over the 4,000 hours, so thank you very much indeed for watching. Subscribers, I need to get over 1,000, I think, before I can start selling merchandise online, which is my end goal. I'm going to try and speed that up, though, in the sense of selling merch, which I'm going to come on to in a second. And basically, just trying to create myself something to do. I can't sit down. I don't really watch TV too much. Watch a lot of YouTube, and which got me thinking. So, through the hunt around the internet, I found obviously Kickstarter companies and bits and bobs. I always have a look to see what the entrepreneurs of the world are doing and what they're coming up with. And I suppose ideas to make my life in the ski snowboarding world / one wheel world a little bit easier. Now this little device on the end of my GoPro pole, as I call it, or a Go pole, is called a Grav Grip. Let me get that right, Grav Grip. So this will mount a GoPro as well as an iPhone. Now I film all my videos, as you see me behind here, I film them on an iPhone 11. No stabilisation, just purely my pole, my hand, and off we go. But obviously this is a gyro system. As you can see, it turns very slowly and you can weight it. And basically the whole idea of this is basically to try and get a very smooth, consistent film when obviously filming. So I'm going to be playing around with that on a couple of videos. I've got an electrical gimbal, which is brilliant, but the problem with that is if you fall over, and also the extendable aspect side of things, it doesn't go too far away. Obviously it's an expensive thing to break. Now this was the Kickstarter thing. This cost £40. They wanted to raise X amount of thousands of pounds. They well exceeded that. They went into production. There's a few prototypes went along the way, as from when the original Kickstarter to the final product. Now there's some gearing issues, some bearing issues and bits and bobs. But they fixed it all, they built it all, and they delivered it to my door. So congratulations to Grav Grip. I'm going to see how this works and performs. Yeah, so I'll bring that content to you further on. But obviously back in 2017, when Ride Right Waxing / Ride Right Pads. Now, I do have a website, Ride Right Pads, or I have the web name. Haven't done anything really with it. And the reason that came about is because I snowboard, as you know. I love snowboarding. And I came up with an idea to make my life easier to get in and out of my bindings. And I have actually made a couple of prototypes. I've checked the world of patent to see if anybody has developed or built this. I spent quite a bit of money on that, and no, they haven't, which is great. So I'm on my way down the patent line to try and get a patent on it. Now, I have some 3D printed bits just here. I don't really want to show too much of it because I'm obviously on my way down to getting those hopefully built. If anybody is interested though to come along that journey with me and to help me, I'm going to be making them possibly out of a different material than this hard plastic that we've got just here. And yeah, so basically I want to try and make a very simplistic, very cheap pad for a snowboard to make life a little bit easier. If you've got higher companies, it will just make life a little bit easier in the sense of get fitment for the bindings, the boots, etc. And I think I've come up with a quite good idea, but I don't really know how to get it out to the masses. And that's what started me down the YouTube channel, to try and see if anybody out there. We watched a thing called Dragon's Den over here. I think the Shark Tanks in Australia, and there's other things around the world. And I love that kind of stuff, people going with ideas. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of money, so I can't back a lot of stuff in the sense of pour a lot of money in, because I've got to support my family and my wife. So, like everybody, I suppose, try to cut the lucky break and see if I can get this thing up and running. I did contact a couple companies, big companies like Burton and K2, etc. And there's some other ones. Unfortunately with no joy, which understandably, not a lot of people are going to pick up an email from somebody like myself and think, oh yeah, that's a good idea. They're going to want to try and produce and build and make in-house. Profit's not a dirty word. People are in industries to make money, so totally understand that, but I'd like somebody to possibly give us a hand to try and get this off the ground. So that's something that I'm going to be working on in the future. If you are interested, then my website, riderightwaxing.co.uk. Go on to there, you'll see my email, which is riderightwaxing@outlook.com. Then obviously drop me an email, yeah, we'll go from there. We can get some privacy notices signed up, and then obviously I can tell you all about what my ideas are, and if you are interested in helping me get it off the ground, I suppose. So the other thing that got me thinking, because obviously subscribers on YouTube, hence my channel just here, you've got to get for monetization somehow, some way, an extra revenue stream. I'm never going to retire off of it, but I'd like to bring some clothing out and bits and bobs, and obviously to do that on YouTube, you've got to have over 1,000 subscribers, or over 4,000 watched hours. I'm well over my 4,000 watched hours, so thank you to everybody who's watching my Jaguar videos, Land Rover videos. I haven't quite made a lot of views for my one-wheeling, because I understand it's quite a niche market to people to watch and enjoy, but the Jaguar stuff has brought obviously a lot of watched hours to my channel. So thank you to everybody who's watched all of my content. I do greatly appreciate it. I do waffle on a lot, but I like to bring excitement and enjoyment and everything that I do to you guys, so you can watch it and entertain yourselves on dull days like today. And that brought me into the idea of clothing. Now, obviously, through my ski waxing videos that I've done, I have my Ride Right Waxing hoodies that I made. I sold a couple of these for a couple of customers. I had beanies made, and again, quite cool. Just Ride Right Waxing. So a couple of my ski customers have obviously had these. I use these to wax and to work in, etc. But I come up with some more ideas about how I can try and make that a little bit bigger. So I've actually got a clothing that I'm going to show you now. I'm just trying to get a feel if anybody would be interested in buying any. Because if so, I can order it in masses. I can then obviously put that onto my website, set up a payment system, and then obviously start selling the stuff. So I'm going to show you some videos, or sort of videos, some pictures of obviously some of the clothing that I've had designed, and also designed basically myself. And to see if anybody would be interested in that kind of clothing. No doubt I'll get good comments and bad comments, totally understand that. But I'm just trying to make another revenue stream from my Land Rover stuff and my Jaguar stuff. I just constantly like to keep doing stuff. So let me know what your thoughts are. I'm going to show those photos now, but if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. You get cool content like me ripping around these trails, etc. on my one wheel. We got Jaguar stuff, building benches, ski waxing, and at this uncertain times with this COVID and this new strain of COVID in the world, it just brings a bit of happiness to people, something to do when sat on the settee or sat in bed or drinking a cup of tea or wherever you watch your YouTube channel, to the masses. So thank you ever so much indeed for watching. This is me. This is what I like to do. And yeah, keep tuned, stay tuned rather, and have a look at my photos. Tell me what you think of my clothing, and I'll see you soon.